too. How dialed in did you feel like you were to that?
We were super dialed in. After the Davidson game, Coach told us a quick turnaround, so we had to prepare for George Mason. And all of us had that kind of fire to us because we've been getting off the slow starts lately, and we all just wanted a good one. So when we got it, we knew we couldn't look back, and that paved the rest of the way for us during the game. So
When you look at that, they made that push early in the second half. How did you guys kind of feel like you responded to that?
I think
What do you
we,
think was the crucial part of that?
I think we responded well. We young, but we've been through a lot of college basketball so far, like overtimes and stuff like that. So we knew they was gonna make their run, but it was just up to us to keep our composure and keep playing how we were to start the game. And the coaches just at that media timeout just told us like, all right, they made it run, it's our turn. So and that's what we did.
Darren, it just seems like you're having so much fun out there. Obviously, redshirted last year at Virginia Tech, you come to GW. Can you just talk about like how you're feeling partway through this season with the success you've had?
Nah, come on, JB. Nah, it feels good. I came back home to be closer to family, but also get a chance to play. And to be out there playing at home is no better feeling. And just having the trust of the coaches, them taking that chance on me in the transfer portal, me not having no film at Virginia Tech or anything, and them just believing in my ability. So I thank them a lot for this opportunity, and I'm just making the best of it. So.
Hey, both of you two have been extremely successful running the pick and roll with each other. So, point is like the killer bees out there, both of you guys. What works so well between you guys and them?
I think just like both of us being a threat. June being a crazy threat going downhill, and then with two of our best players, it's gonna be hard to guard because you choose one, the other one's gonna be open. So it's like pick your poison, honestly.
JB, he obviously had 21 tonight. You had 20. Garrett the other day has 20 some, and Max has obviously had his game too. How different is it playing on a team where there's so many guys that can go off like that?
It's great to have a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things. It takes the pressure off of everybody. It takes the pressure off making shots and doing things like that, and we can just focus on effort and intensity because, I think the last of our problems is scoring the ball. So, we just can't focus on other things.
This is the first game, it seems like, in a long time that hasn't gone right down to the wire, hasn't gone to overtime. How does it feel to go to the end with a little bit more of a bigger lead and a bit more maybe relaxed at the end?
It felt good. It felt really good to not have to play 50-plus minutes. I know Coach Caputo is happy about that. And his overtime record is pretty good. So it felt good, though. I think, like I said, our start of the game, that set the tone early, and we just piggybacked off that the rest of the game. So it felt good to get it done within the 40 minutes and just get ready and head up to UMass.
So obviously it's Martin Luther King Day today. I think this is the third year in a row that GW's played Mason on Martin Luther King Day. Can you guys talk about like what it means to play on national TV on Martin Luther King Day?
I mean, it's great. The things that he did for the world, it's bigger than basketball, but to be able to honor him by playing basketball on this day is great, and we all take it really serious.
Yeah, I think it was a great feeling, especially being on on national TV and wearing the warm-ups with his face on it. I think it meant a lot to not only us, but like to everyone that was playing in the game. I think even for George Mason. So to be able to play them a rivalry game on this day, there's no better like environment you would want to be in. So.
You guys moved to, I believe, 11-1 on the year at home. How important is it playing at the Smith Center, with all your fans, especially now that school's back? How important was that today?
It was super important. They helped us a lot. Their energy was great. Georgia's Army, so I appreciate them. And 11-1 feels good. In high school, I lost 2 state championships here, so to win here feels amazing. Yeah, that's it. Just got to protect home court by any means. I told them that before the game, after the game, we got to protect home court by any means, and we're going to keep doing that.
Hey, can you guys just talk about what this rivalry is, the revolutionary rivalry, what it means to you guys?
It just dates back before us, and to be able to put these uniforms on with guys before us have went at it and be able to continue that battle, it feels good. But, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great rivalry. I didn't know too much of it before I got here on campus, but when I got here, I did my research on it, and it's a big rivalry game. And I know we got them at Mason soon, later in the season, so I'm looking forward to that. But I'm glad we got the first one. So
And coach used to coach there, so
yeah,
it was good
it's a lot
to
of
get him that dub.
yeah.
to-
He's smiling. He's
All right,
smiling.
thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Now we can do an opening.
Okay. Yeah, nice to have a not as close of a game, although we tried to maybe turn it over once or twice against the press to see if we could get it a little bit closer. But I thought we played very, very well. And obviously both teams played Saturday, but George Mason played at 6 o'clock, I think, at Richmond. So we had a quick turnaround. They had a really quick turnaround. But I thought we, in our preparation, which was not on the court, needed to send some messages and request some things that we were able to get here to start the game and really throughout. And so I was very happy about our response to sort of the things we talked about, because again, really it was only about a half hour on the court, which was this morning, walking through a few things. You're just thinking more about legs than you are about other stuff. It was more film and stuff like that. So very happy with our defense. Obviously, we needed a good defensive performance. And I think Mason's a very good team. Tony's done a remarkable job with their roster with such a quick turnaround, a very talented group. And they've been consistently good all year. And, I think we needed a great defensive performance because they're a very good defensive team, and they gave us some trouble in spots. Darren being in a little bit of foul trouble, that's not ideal for us either. So we were able to kind of extend the lead and keep the lead, and I don't have to take too many nitroglycerin pills, as John Rothstein likes to say tonight.
Questions, Patrick, sir?
Chris, given how, the conference opener went, how happy are you with the way that you responded boom, boom, boom here over the last week and a half?
Yeah, I'm happy with this. Coaches are sick. I mean, I'm thinking like, man, if we could have just figured out how to win the triple overtime, we'd be undefeated. And that's how you think. It's always glass half empty. But no, I'm happy with the way we've responded. And I've got so many guys that are going through this for the very first time. All this, playing time, shots, minutes, winning, losing, road. It's a lot to try to get a bunch of people to understand. So I think they've been willing learners, and I've been happy about that. And but again, it's only 4 games in, so we got a lot more basketball to play.
You've spoken about the defense. You held them to a little bit over 20% shooting in the first half.
Yeah.
What exactly was going right for you, and were you willing to see the jump shot to them today, something that of late they've struggled with?
Well, not to Maddox. I coached against Maddox. He was at Virginia Tech when I was at Miami, and know what a good shooter he is. So we didn't want to really give him jump shots. There might be a guy or two that we would be closing out a little bit shorter to, but I think obviously anytime with these guys, Hall is a concern in terms of, like where is he and where are the guys who are going to help, because he's very difficult to guard one-on-one. So we spent a lot of time talking through that.
Everyone has joked about how many overtime games you've played and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But how much has that pressure helped mature this team and get them to come together faster?
Yeah, I mean, we won the first game by 44, and I think the next one we were down 10 at half, some crazy thing or whatever. We wound up winning and kind of told them in that halftime, hey, just so you know, like that 44 point, that's not college basketball. This is college basketball. This is what it's like. And so, I guess we're growing up fast a little bit. Today was another day for that. But again, I mean, all these games are. The best part of it is like 5 years from now, you just go, oh yeah, we won that game and we won that game and we won that game, and it's like no one remembers that, you needed some crazy thing to happen to win the game. You just take them all,
Dave?
Playing from ahead in the second half, fighting off multiple charges, how encouraging is that for you guys to know that you can take best shot after best shot?
Yeah, it was encouraging. It wasn't, again, we in the non-conference, we never really got out to big leads. So it was kind of a weird place to be for us. So, yeah, I was encouraged by the way we held that lead. And, again, we're a little bit more comfortable in like one possession games. No, I thought, again, part of it is when we play with a lead and you can consistently defend the way we did, we do have a lot of weapons on offense. So when people are, you know, chasing after us, like trying to get the game going fast so that they can get back in the game, it's not the easiest against this group because the ball winds up in the hands normally of somebody who can do something. The problem for us is we just haven't been in those situations much. Good, Dave.
Maximus 6 for 6 at the line, kind of lost in the shuffle, but those 6 free throws came at kind of crucial points when you guys were fighting.
I thought he did a great job defensively. Did another great job on the backboards, and the free throws were huge. Those were big plays as you're trying to extend the lead and keep them out of a little distance there. Making those free throws are critical.
Coach, you mentioned the other night on Saturday not being able to have a good start to games. How does it feel to have a good start to
I threatened lives yesterday, so that was. I'm glad we don't have to go to HR or anything like that. It wasn't that bad, but no, I challenged those guys. I was thinking about whether I should or I shouldn't, but I decided to go for it, and I just challenged them a little bit about how we have to be better than the sum of our parts on that side of the ball, and what that requires emotionally in terms of your commitment as a group. And I thought we really got it. So I'm very happy with it. Now, again, it doesn't mean it'll last, but at least for today, it was there.
You also mentioned on Saturday that James didn't get to the line at all. He got to the line 10 times today, so mission accomplished, I guess.
Yeah. No, I mean, we had a great crew today. Now we had the A team today, so.
I just want to talk a little bit about the depth of the team. Antoine Smith comes in and hits
Yeah.
2 big three-pointers. Can you kind of talk about your depth and also what you thought Antoine brought today?
Well, when we were recruiting Antoine, he played, I think, junior college. Then he went to Incarnate Word. Then he went to Evansville. Really bright guy. He basically said, hey, I want to go to a great school to get a grad degree. And some of these guys come for grad school, and they're like, hey, I don't care. Am I in class? Am I not in class? He was like, I want a degree from GW. We put every three-point shot up on the board from junior college, Incarnate Word, Evansville, to sort of like look at it and say, like, okay, can this guy shoot? Is it just do the numbers, is there a big enough sample size for these numbers to make sense? And, he can really shoot. He knows how to play. The hardest thing for me right now is subbing, quite honestly, because I do have, I got a lot of guys that I feel I have some trust in to put in the game. Ultimately, I also have some very good players that, if you're smart, you want to play your best players as many minutes as they can play well, right? And that's the thing. I mean, James is, obviously playing a lot of minutes, but if you notice, we've been trying to get him a little bit more rest early in the game. We try to get him some rest around timeouts because the reality is, can he be at his best the whole time? And then there's other times, we need ball handling and Darren's got foul trouble. Well, guess what? Like, Ja'Cory JB has to be in. So it's complicated for me. A guy like Trey Autry, who I think is doing great. He didn't play quite as many minutes as I would have liked. We still have confidence in Benny. But I thought Antoine, when he came in, played very well. Zam played very, very well against VCU. I'd like to find him some more time. It's just, when people say, hey, you're an assistant coach for 20 years, now you become a head coach, the hardest thing is subbing. Last year it wasn't that hard, right? We got 5 guys. I mean, no, respectfully, the other guys came in but now I have more challenges. I understand that, not everybody's going to be happy with me all the time. That's okay. I'm a big boy, but that's difficult. But we have enough guys that I think we can trust to put in the game.
Yeah, so Max was struggling a little bit on the offensive side.
Mhm.
He was shooting last 2 for 11.
Yeah.
So my question is, throughout conference play, besides the VCU game, he's been struggling to find his offense.
Mhm.
What's your message to a player who's, he's as talented as he is?
Did he play?
but he's been struggling?
Yeah. What did he do the other night again? I don't remember. Yeah, he did. Yeah. I think just, guys put so much pressure on themselves a lot of times for what they want for themselves. And sometimes, really what you have to do is be the best version of yourself. And so we've talked to him about that. And I got confidence in Max. The good thing about Max, he's got a short memory. He can kind of move on. Takes him a little while, but he can move on, and we want him. Like, I liked that he tried to dunk it in the first half. I liked that he took a pretty deep 3 early, but it was in and out. Like, he's a guy shooting 40+% from 3. You're not going to tell too many guys who are shooting 40+ over this sample size, like, hey, don't shoot. So we were shot out of a cannon, and I think he was offensively. I hope it didn't affect the rest of his offensive game. But he's got to be able to finish some plays too, so that'll help him too. You put the ball in a few times, see it go in, easy ones. That'll help.
And also stretch. Sorry, broke his ankle a little bit. Is he?
Seemed fine. I think he came back in. Yeah.
One more if we got it.
David.
Really big stretch coming up next way at UMass and then Richmond. Both those teams have been looking pretty good at the start of conference play. How are you feeling going into this?
Yeah, I mean they're all big. I mean I don't know which ones aren't big. They're all big. So I really try. Usually have no idea who we're playing after the next team. UMass. I think they've done a great job with their team. They're playing very well. They're going to be physical. So yeah, I'm just like, I like playing on Monday and then you get a few days off, so you don't have to complete. This was a tough turnaround. You're like, you win and you're miserable because you got to play in 48 hours, and you're like, at least now I might be able to, get something to eat without thinking about, Cohen or Cross or whoever. So.
All right. Thanks everybody.
Yeah.
Mason.
All right. Thanks.